What were the challenges and compromises faced and debated by the Founding Fathers that evolved into the Constitution of the United States? The Founding Fathers had many topics and compromises that they faced to create the Constitution of the United States of America. The challenges that were faced by the Founding Fathers were how the members of Congress would be elected, how state representation would be determined in both houses, whether or not enslaved people were to be counted as part of the population, which would affect the number of representatives for some states, or whether or not to ban slavery. After the Founding Fathers found a solution to these challenges, the Great Compromise occurred, which would soon lead into the U.S. Constitution. Elected representatives. The way the state representatives should be elected was a major debate on how this should occur. The delegates debated between two sides on how to elect the members of Congress. The delegates that sided with the Virginia plan believed that the people should vote for the lower house members of Congress and that the lower house would elect the members of the upper house. The delegates that sided with the New Jersey plan believed that they should keep electing their representatives in the same manner. In the end, during the Great Compromise, it was decided that the people would vote for the members of both the lower and the upper house. State representation. How the states should be represented in the Capitol was a topic hugely debated by the delegates. The delegates had two opposing views on how the states should be represented. The delegates that were in favor of the Virginia plan believed that in both houses the number of representatives should be proportional to the population of each state. A state with a smaller population would have fewer representatives than a state with a larger population. The delegates that sided with the New Jersey plan believed that each state should have one vote. Enslaved people. During the Constitutional Convention, a highly debated topic was how much a slave was worth to a state's population and whether or not to ban slavery. Many delegates believed that the slaves should count towards the amount of a state's population, but not as one entire entity. The delegates decided during the 3/5 compromise that each slave would be worth 3/5 of a person for taxation and representation purpose during the census count. This compromise broke the debate between the northern and southern states. The delegates decided that the compromise couldn't interfere with the slave trade until 1808 and could limit the amount of slaves on that year but not earlier. This compromise made it so that the northern states who have already abolished slavery could agree with the southern states that believed that slaves were essential to the economy.